Tape it up a little bit on the disc sander. Pretty much round it on the side. We'll fine tune it with the disc sander, belt sander, I mean. got it pretty smooth out. We'll fine sand it later when we put the top and the bottom on it. Like that, we'll have to resand it. So let's go for right now. Shaving it up on this end of it. Works fairly well. Just rocking it back and forth on that belt sander. Got to clean this up a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with it. Just need to clean it up, sand it down a little bit more, but it's pretty spot close on, man. Well, you can see, but anyway, I'm happy with it. Quick work, took about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Alright, well, got the body pretty much. I shaped up the neck a little bit more right there, made it a little bit easier, flatter and straight. Got soundboard, a fingerboard done. Very happy with the fingerboard on doing it. So basically we need to figure out, this is going to be, I'm going to use this piece right here and cut it down and make my the neck of the stick fiddle, and this will be our fingerboard. I'm shooting for a vibration string length of about 13 inches. So that means that I want my fretboard to stop about there. I might even cut it down a little bit. I'm not quite sure yet, but that looks good. About right there. Maybe just a little bit more. About right there. Yeah, that way it'll be fall in the middle. I'm looking at, so I know my nut has to go about here. Mark a little line right there. Alright, so I know that's going to be the nut has to go after this spot right here, which means that all past this is going to be the place for the Zeither pins. I want it to have enough room to do the Zeither pins, so it was about right there. Right there, alright. So this will be the shaft of the neck, and this will be the Zeither pin, and this will be cut off. Move it to the table saw. Two pieces. cut out 2 pieces. Have 1 extra piece for parts of the bottom of the neck, the heel, and then other pieces for to start building the peg in at the box. Whee! Table saws. Most dangerous tool I got. Alright, well I took the neck piece that I had, I'm going to use for the neck, and I had a little extra piece of wood. I'm going to take that, I'm going to glue that to the bottom, and basically once that's set, I'm going to take that violin neck I have, and I'm going to cut in the angle on it. What I mean by that, if you notice, most violin necks that have an angle on it, I don't know if that's a 3 degree or what, but basically I'm going to set that there and cut that down, so when you put the neck on the instrument, the neck is angling down just a little bit, and what that does is that lifts up the fretboard. So what we're going to do now, everything's in stages. Go ahead and put some glue on this. I think before I actually do that, I think I might shake this end right here up on the grinder real quick. Yeah, I went ahead and shaped that up on the grinder and gave it a little curve to it. Finish it up on this sander. Belt sander, I mean. There we go, cleaned it up real good. Now we'll glue it. Yeah, and that way that's already done, because it's easier to shape it before you glue it on there than after you glue it on there. Sometimes I forget, but that song makes a lot of noise, man, when it's slowing down. Got brakes or something. There we go. Let that sit, let that dry, and we'll start cutting out. I guess we'll start cutting out the pieces for the pegging. Cutting the pieces out on the table saw. Put a little wedge right there, and Trick is, I got an automatic stop. Because if you try to cut that and measure it and try to cut that perfect every time, it will come out all different sizes. So if you make a stop, it'll be the same size every cut. Every cut. It'll be the same size. See, comes out perfect. Comes out perfect like that. And that way, because if you try to measure it, if you try to measure it with a ruler and cut it with a saw, it'll come out all different sizes. I learned that from personal past history. Cut out 4. We'll glue these 4 together, and that'll be our peg block at the end of the fiddle. It's coming along good, man. I'm excited. Got some weird weather going on. Cold front, heat front, cold front, heat front, Louisiana. Don't know what to do. Got our blocks right here for our peg things. We'll go ahead and glue these up. Get these glued on. We'll sand them and shape it later, but now we're just gluing them up. I like building instruments. It's really, I find it really fascinating that you can just take a piece of wood, plain old piece of wood, and turn it into something beautiful that has its own voice. Something that you can make sound with. Play songs. I'll try it sometime. Even if you take a piece of wood and, you know, shape it a little bit with a file, put some screws in it, some strings, you made an instrument. Made something that you can make music with. It's really fascinating. I hope one day I can make round bowl lutes. I'm working on the molds right now, working on the, trying to bend the wood to make a belly of an instrument. I've seen some people do it and they make it look so easy, but I find it so hard. But it's one of those things, I'm sure the first time you do it and you succeed at it, you try again, you succeed at it again, you know, you've progressed and skilled to where you can do it. Piece of wood, we're going to block it up to this wood right here and make sure they're all even. That's pretty close, man. I mean, that's pretty even. Cutting it with that little wedge on the saw makes a big difference. All right, let's clamp it down. I get impatient sometimes building these instruments because I want to hurry up and complete them and see what they look like. So how I remedy that is that I start building another instrument and it takes my mind off the instrument that I'm working on for a little bit. Not very long, but for a little bit. All right, so we got it in there. We got our piece in there. We'll let that dry as well. We got our neck drying here. I can't wait to see what this one's going to sound like. This one's going to be the little I'm going to post a little video of one I built, a smaller one. Oh, I love it. It sounds so good. I'm trying to learn Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on it. Driving my wife nuts. Whenever I build a new instrument, I got to take time to learn how to play it. She likes my lyres. She likes the sound of the lyres I'm playing because there is no bad note when a pentatonic scale pentatonic scale, but when you're not working in pentatonics and you're working with other notes, it can be like, you know, it can be excruciating, she says, but it's the fun of marriage, right? We're waiting on the glue to dry for the neck and the other piece. We'll go ahead and work on the soundboard. I always have bits and pieces left over from when I'm making soundboards, scraps, and I usually take those scraps and plane them down and glue them together, because I know eventually I'll make another instrument that will require a smaller soundboard. So that's what I have here. I have a piece of poplar that this was from a Lear, and this was the sides of it, the extra board I had. So we're going to use this and use this for the bottom of our fiddle. Get it lined up. It so happened this just came out. This came out perfect size. Trace around this. It goes all the way around it, which is good. Boop, there we go. That'll be the bottom of our board, and I have this left over here. I'll build a little mini shamisen or something like that and keep that and use it for that. So we'll cut this out on the table saw.